Thank you, Chairman. Today, we're continuing a process toward passing legislation to help the people of Puerto Rico deal with the humanitarian crisis because of the over $70 billion in unpayable debt. It's worth stressing that we are here because of the people of Puerto Rico need our help. Residents of Puerto Rico are struggling to receive basic services, with some hospitals now quite literally in the dark. On top of that, the Zika virus continues to ravage the island. Officials at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recently stated that they are quite concerned about the U.S. territory and tourist designation, Puerto Rico, stressing that 1 out of every 4 in Puerto Rico could host the Zika virus within a year. In the meantime, wealthy Wall Street hedge funds that hold Puerto Rican bonds are spending millions of dollars to spread misinformation in an effort to block congressional action. These vulture funds are now aggressively campaigning against a solution to help the island relieve its debt. They are more interested in padding their profits than ensuring the well-being of American families suffering in Puerto Rico. As members of Congress, we have to decide tomorrow who comes first: vulture funds and others who steadfastly refuse to join other investors in good faith on a compromise solution, or the American people in Puerto Rico. The leadership of the House, Republicans and Democrats, has been working with Chairman Bishop and the Treasury Department to develop legislation that we can all support to provide Puerto Rico with the tools that they will need to solve this crisis. Today, we are discussing the results of these bipartisan discussions, and we are all hopeful that a bill as proposed will work. To quote Secretary of Treasury Jack Lew, the question to us is, does that bill restructuring authority work? It has to work, or it is not going to be acceptable. This will be one of the key questions we look to our distinguished panel of witnesses to attempt to answer. While the bill contains a strong oversight board to ensure that Puerto Rico will make the tough decisions to get on a path of a balanced budget and sound fiscal practices, there are a number of other concerns we have with the bill and the process. We continue to insist that the Oversight Board should not impose further austerity, which will be counterproductive toward efforts to restore the island's economy. We question the merit of authorizing the transfer of thousands of acres of Vieques National Refuge away from all the American people. We also stress, as the Treasury Department does, that Puerto Rico will be unable to make any fiscal plan work going forward without the Medicaid support that is called for in the Treasury proposal, and that such assistance be provided to smaller territories as well. That Puerto Rico's underfunded pension should not be rated to help pay the debt, and that pensioners must be made whole. We cannot see the logic behind lowering the minimum wage to $4.25 an hour for the very group of people we need for them to stay in the island in order to anchor this recovery. Mr. Chairman, you and your staff deserve to be commended for your willingness to work in an honest and open process to address the crisis in Puerto Rico. To that end, I remain hopeful that we'll be able to pass a bill out of committee tomorrow that will enjoy the support of all members, and I continue to pledge to work with you to realize that goal. The people of Puerto Rico deserve no less, and the effort in their behalf should be constant with the perspective that I think is needed in this discussion, something that will help the people of Puerto Rico and not something that will satisfy a particular political agenda or be the vehicle to assure that the vulture fund holders receive their full reimbursement that they are holding out for. With that, I yield back, and thank you, Mr. Chairman.